Hi, everyone. Welcome to our CDW and Lenovo HPC and AI webinar. Thanks for joining us today. We're excited to have a fantastic presenter, Carolyn Hanrahan. She is Lenovo's HPC and AI Solutions Lead for Canada. So Carolyn will walk you through how Lenovo can help you harness the power of high-performance computing and AI for your organization. And at the end, we should have some time for a Q&A if you have any questions. So with that, I will hand it over to Carolyn to get us started.
Thanks, Christina. Hi, everyone. Such a pleasure to meet you today online. I just wanted to quickly highlight high-performance computing and artificial intelligence is all about the application and the value you gain from it. HPC is the deployment of a cluster of compute and storage to solve computationally intensive applications. Wow, that's a jumble of words. Well, note, all Fortune 500 companies have a department or team that does high performance computing and AI in some way to help improve their business outcomes. So many of their employees today are coming from using supercomputing or HPC during their research at universities and colleges. If you even go on LinkedIn right now and type in artificial intelligence for people, you'll see so many. Or if you type in high performance computing, you'll see so many. But my name's Carolyn Hanrahan. You're a Lenovo HPC and AI Solutions Lead in Canada. CDW and Lenovo can add real value to your organization by offering proven, ready to deploy solutions designed for any size or scale. The future is all about HPC and AI, and our goal is to help you harness that value of your data and transform your business going forward. Let's just jump into the agenda right now for you. So what we're going to do is talk about some of the challenges today, why HPC and AI with Lenovo and CDW, what are some of these HPC and AI solutions, a little bit about the portfolio, some services, and any questions you have and actions and next steps. Let's discuss some of the challenges. I may have on board some IT admins, some managers, some C-suite. Everyone is facing this today. Exascale era or HPC and AI puts pressure on today's data center standards. You'll notice that power per system and rack will increase. And I don't know how your current information is in your data center, or if it's in the cloud, you'll see that your costs will increase in everything. But power is needed for these CPUs that are getting up to 128 cores and more. So, and GPUs with their I'm going to say 700 kilowatts per system. So it's way up there. And you'll see some of the server form factors in the future. They may change. The width and the height of the sockets. If you've ever held an H100, which is a GPU in your hand, it's huge compared to what some B100s are in the past that we had. Even memory channels are increasing, and the motherboard real estate is really at a premium these days. One key important thing is liquid cooling is necessary and easy to implement. And don't let that scare you, because it's not hard to put direct liquid cooling in your data center. I'm going to just quickly highlight what we can do and how CDW and Lenovo can help do that for you today, and some other challenges too. So basically, what will tomorrow look like? You got high power processors and accelerators. You've got data center limitations. You got increased electricity costs. Thank goodness we're not EMEA, because they're into 30 cents per kilowatt. Here, the average is maybe from in Quebec about 4 cents to maybe here 10 to 15 cents per kilowatt. But guess what? It's going to increase. Thermal capping, performance, you'll see, and desire to recycle waste heat. A lot of companies are looking to see, how do I become carbon negative or carbon neutral in my deployment? And if you haven't thought of that, the government's moving towards that to give carbon credits for you too. So if you think about it, water is so much more efficient than using fans and air. And plus, if you ever go into a data center and you're using those earmuffs to cover the noise, like that is a lot of power that's been generated by the fan and the air cooling to keep your data center cool. If all the top 500 systems are using liquid cool today, it doesn't hurt for you to try it too, or at least see. I'm going to show you an example there, but you'll see that a lot of customers are moving to even a liquid to air to help run your fans more slowly so that they're not like sounding like an airplane mode. So one thing about Lenovo is that we've been in water cooling for over 11 years. Some of our competitors are just starting to get into it. So with that, we've definitely had some of the ouches and previously anything that happened with it. But you'll see that all our systems are Loctite and some of the advantages that Lenovo and CDW can offer for you. So your choices go higher, go wider, and go water, as that's what you're looking for in the future. This is just a quick little, you could take a snapshot of this, but it just shows you, and I know some of it says 2024 or 2022, but you can see the power that's required for each of the components within your data center. And it keeps going up and up. And eventually, sometimes, I don't know if you've heard of some of the issues that have happened with certain uh, components, but they've got caught on fire, which is kind of scary if you think about it. So why Lenovo and HPC with CDW and Lenovo? So number one, Lenovo is number 8 in the Gartner Global Supply Chain Top 25 list, and you'll see some of our competitors there too. But the main advantage for you is that it's reduced lead times, and we're able to actually ship devices a lot more efficiently and sustainably out to our customers with CDW's help. Have you ever been on the top 500? Well, basically what it is it's a list for worldwide. It's the number one provider, like Lenovo's the number one provider of supercomputers or high performance computing in the world. So 1 in 3 systems, large systems, run on Lenovo HPC. So 168 systems as of June this year. And you'll see Canada highlighted there, that we're always in that top 500 list. And just to give a little bit more insight, I want to drill down specifically to Canada. Forgive me if this is kind of an eye chart for you, but if you want, the link is right here, and we can put that in the chat for you too. But basically, right here is Environment Canada. They are actually running on liquid cooling too. So the direct node with liquid cooling that they have in their racks that they have are running more efficiently. So this is how it's showing that Lenovo is in the Canadian government, and that we're able to deploy this a lot more efficiently and effectively than the predecessor that was there previously. You'll see even in number 4 in Canada, their system is like 6 years old right now, and they're still number 177 in the top 500. So when they do a refresh, look out. And what's neat about it is their footprint and their data center will be considerably smaller than what it is today. But let's talk about the Green 500. So it's a subset of the top 500, and basically Lenovo also takes the number 1 spot on that. And what's interesting is that if you look at the number 2 system in there, it is a large system. And that for any company, if you have 40 to, I don't know, $400 million to spend on an infrastructure, please call CDW right now and we'll help you out. But no, we're here to help you get to the Green 500 list too and improve efficiencies. So this system here is based out of in the States in New York. Basically, they are only using 10 nodes, but they moved up to 20 server nodes to stay as number 1. That's only 20 servers. Think about it. And the number 2 has, I can't recall, but I think it's like 3,000 servers. But you'll see that it's just 65 gigaflops per watt. So that's how it is ranked. It's the Flatiron Institute called Henri, and it's using our SR670 architecture, the Thing System V2 with H100s. And yeah, that's 80 GPUs, and they were lucky to get those H100s that time since they're highly constrained right now. But basically, Lenovo and CDW can help you get there if you're looking towards that too. And we're here to help out. Here's some of the responsibility and innovation on what Lenovo's doing focused around energy efficiency. When we design and create our servers or nodes, basically you'll see that we try and implement the best capable way of efficiency. Liquid to air exchangers or thermal transfer modules are used, even energy aware runtime. All these things are thrown in here to these server nodes to help improve your efficiency. So we can do a deep dive on this later, but you can use your rigged or heat exchangers, or you can actually use the pros or cracks that you need. But we're here to help you out to see how we can improve what you have today. One thing I wanted to share with you, it's pretty interesting. In 2017, a Skylake system, it took about, I think it was 72 servers to hit 150 teraflops. And today we can do that in less than 20. So if you're running on some old architecture, you may want to just see if the cost to move or grow or actually add a few nodes to replace what you currently have would be more sustainable and more efficient. Please contact CDW today if you can. One thing that's really key and really exciting, this is happening. I don't know if you've seen in the news, but even in Quebec, some of the things they're doing is moving into carbon negative. And how that works is that basically like more energy efficient using lower emission powers like direct liquid cooling or systems, but they have also the ability to reuse the heat. So some universities are actually thinking of how can I reuse that heat, capture it so that I can use a different facility. Yeah, heat a pool, that's cool, but how about heating a dorm? Or how about using that to work with another business outside to say, hey, you can have my heat. Let's see how we can pipe that into you to improve efficiencies. It is happening today in Canada, and feel free to reach out to us if you need more information on that. Hey, I love this slide. If you look at what the difference is, if you have any GPUs in your system today, let's take the A100. Basically, you'll see the difference between moving from an air-cooled node with an A100 versus a water-cooled node with an A100, less jitter. What does that mean? That your system, you won't have that hit that ceiling and you won't go crazy, or you'll see that how it's nice and smooth on the using water, and the efficiency and the temperature, it's much better instead of it jittering for you. So that's one little advantage, but you'll also see the noise levels. There's certain customers that actually didn't realize how loud when they put the nodes in with their fans, how loud that would be, that they had to insulate the outside walls with soundproofing because it was disturbing other offices or other people in the surrounding areas. So that was an additional cost they had to incur. So really the delta between moving from an air-cooled node to a water-cooled node is like less than 5%. And over the years of how long you keep that system, you'll find that it'll pay off with your energy savings too. Let's take a quick look at this. And I know this is a lot of words on the slide, but what I wanted to highlight is that this is what it looks like for one rack. This actually has 40 nodes, compute nodes, and 10 accelerator nodes inputted in one rack. And at the bottom here, you'll see this is a cooling distribution unit, which is about 4U. So this whole rack is all cooled down and it purrs. It's quiet. It's a lot easier. And a lot of people say, well, how can I get water cooled in my data center? It's not hard. It's actually, if you have like a capability of chillers, or if you have something in place, that we can actually assess that with you and go through what would be a way to transition to that, because you do have some air conditioning in your data center already, and guess where you have water coming in already. So talk to us about it, but here's some of the things that you can do and what is needed on that, and we can further have conversations as we grow. So what you saw on the previous slide here shows our 6U12 node. And basically what it was is it's side by side. So you'll see here on the SD650 that was deployed in that previous slide, this is one node here, and this is the second node. And it's plugged into here in a 6U chassis. And that will feed out for the water and the cooling distribution. The main differentiator between Lenovo and our competition is not only do we cool the CPU, the GPU, the memory, we also cool the network cards and the power supply. What? The power supply? I don't want any electric shock there. But yeah, it's proven and it's done. So just to highlight, one size never fits all. I'm not asking you to jump in and replace and refresh everything. That's ridiculous. Let's try it out. You can do a POC, you can test it with CDW and see exactly what we can do. There are some customers that actually, and you already saw Environment Canada, where this is quite large, but even someone like DreamWorks, where they initially did one rack, they tested it, and I'll highlight that shortly. So keep an eye on that one. I've got a little bit of a success story to highlight for you shortly. I want to jump into AI. Why is AI in businesses needed? And that's such a silly question in my realm, but I know you contemplate, should I invest? What do I do? Or where do I go? And it's really removing the complexity with us, and we'll work with you. So we need to improve our quality without slowing down production. And we'll have an AI system, right? Isn't it just like buying off the shelf application? No, it does require thinking around your data, your people, and your processes. So we want to deliver an end-to-end solution with our partners and then customize and easily deploy it to give it out to you, our customers, and access the latest innovations and technologies from the startup. But you'll see that really finding a solution, doing a demo, we'll walk with you, walk through this. So both CDW and Lenovo will be there to guide you and help assess for you. And really it's not going to happen in a day, it's not going to happen in 2 months, but at least we'll help bring you along. The average is, depending on what it is, through our POC, is about 6 months to actually get things going for you and tested. So there's hundreds of startups too. What Lenovo has done is we've worked closely with a lot of ISVs so that you're not recreating the wheel either. So let us know what your objectives are, what your projects are, and we're willing to work with you. So Lenovo also enables smarter technology for all and strives to be the most intelligent transformation. That's a lot of marketing material there, but basically generative AI is really important, and using some of the large language models available and what we can do for you surrounding that is very powerful. An example for you, I'm going to show one using Lico, which is our platform, but what I wanted to highlight here is that you've got so much data available. And when you go and you look at the use cases by vertical, if you're in the financial services or insurance, you can see that there's so many opportunities to leverage generative AI for you. Right now, a lot of banks are ahead of us in certain businesses because what they're doing surrounding getting that information and providing a value for a better customer experience is really key for them. And then it saves the time for their professionals or their employees to do exactly what they really want to do, as opposed to some of the processes and admin stuff that they're doing today. So here are some of the use cases by vertical. I also have it in life sciences. So if you're in the other verticals or life sciences here, there's so many different capabilities that you can leverage generative AI and LLMs with our team. So let's like build the optimal HPC and AI solution for you. And I know this is a pictorial slide here, and it's just showing you how it works. But this is kind of the showing you exactly. There's a lot of thought process that goes. Oops, it jumped to the next slide. But basically, there's a lot that we do for you to see exactly what our professionals and our experts have. Yesterday, we did a webinar with AI. Hang on, with AI, and basically he highlighted some of the use cases that we did and how we're working with companies and our partners like CDW to have this value for you going forward. So there's a lot of thought that we've put in, and we want to make sure that we cater it specifically to your requirements and needs. Lico. Lico is one of my favorite hidden jewels at Lenovo. And I know it sounds like a little acronym, but basically it's Lenovo's intelligent computing orchestration. Basically what it is like a GUI platform where you can actually leverage on top of your existing cluster of servers, and it's a single web portal made for use and management of the HPC and AI workloads. So for example, if you've got Carolyn over in the scientific side of yours that's determining what kind of sequencing is needed to make a better cheese, for example, I would be able to go in here and log into LECO, and I would be able to carve up the GPU and CPU and memory required to do that. The advantage of this GUI platform is it's open source, and it actually has open AI frameworks and workflows and job management, so that if I'm working on something and I have a team at your company, they can copy or use the same code, and they can even make it better so that we can collaborate together. So you're not working at a sprawl where, for example, it's only Carolyn because she's the top AI scientist on my team, and I'm going to only give her a server. No, it actually carves it up so you're utilizing the server in a more efficient way, and the cost is really low compared to the time savings that you have. But there's a lot of advantages of having our LECO program or GUI. Here's the thing, I'm going to go right into, I love the next example, but I'm just going to show you what it has. Here's a couple of snapshots for you of image classification if you're using that. But here's an actual working smart pit box example that working with NASCAR. I'm going to highlight that on the next screen. But our goal was to build a real-time inferencing model to calculate fuel flood duration, because you know timing is everything when you're in the pit. Just make sure that that car gets going and off to the track, right? So basically what our team did on the AI side is highlighted that extremely well, and I like visuals. So when I just play this, you'll see exactly that we were able to, you see that for annotating the images, you'll see down here in green, it has object detection, classification, and segmentation tasks, where we're able to annotate that video to show the timing and how much we need to improve on, or what we need to do from fueling the car to letting it go out quickly. So pretty cool, but the more you talk to our team here at CDW and Lenovo, we're willing to help you out and work on your projects and initiatives. Let's go to the next one. Just a quick couple of slides here. I just want to show you, here's the Neptune rack, but I just wanted to show you the actual server portfolio. This is a bit of an eye chart, but basically when we send this out to you, it'll have the data sheets and product guides for you and what's needed and a foodie tour. We focus a lot on the water-cooled solutions, but you'll see that we do have this one here is the liquid to air cooled. It's like the car radiator. I don't have an image right now, but if you open the cover of this, you'll see that in the middle, it's almost like a little radiator there that it cools it down compared to some of the other nodes that are out there that can handle, it can handle up to 8 GPUs on there. So it's kind of a great little solution. This is exactly what Flatiron Institute put in for that green 500 list. And right here is exactly what actually, this is the newer version of the SD650 that we put in for that other one that I showed you. For storage, storage is always needed. It's ever growing. I'm sure you have a data lake of tons of storage that you have, but mining that and leveraging that within and analyzing that data to actually make good sense out of it through AI is also important. So here are some of the storage portfolio solutions that we have. We're willing to work with you on many of them. And here's some of the workload positionings for your review. I'll share these 3 sheets afterwards. But I want to jump quickly into the success story and what are some of the differentiators and solutions that Lenovo has. And I always like showing examples. So DreamWorks. DreamWorks is a key end user client of ours. So if you're into rendering or video animation or anything like film and media, definitely what they did is they moved to water cooling, and they actually were able to, they saw a 20% performance increase from their previous cluster that they used. And they were able to have, which really means better performance and more amazing movies. They were able to get their, I know this movie out a lot quicker than previously it would take a lot of time to get it done. So you can see the advantages on a operational expense side, and also what they invested for all their film and media guys to get this done and done quickly for them, which means more money. Another key advantage and solution that Lenovo has over and above our competition is in the bioinformatics and multiomics. If you're not into the health sciences, in layman's terms, basically sequencing your genomes and exomes, and capability of doing it in a more efficient way and quickly. So if you think of COVID, I know I hate bringing that example up, but running it is a prime example. How were we able to get something so quickly for a vaccine for it? And you see that they both got the awards for it just this past week. But basically, the challenges of genomics, it would normally take 60 to 150 hours to single a whole genome. And now we've scaled that down to actually minutes, which is really cool. So really what you can take from this is that a single Ghost Plus server from Lenovo, which is one node, can replace up to 50 standard nodes that they're using today. So when you're talking to any of their customers, like I gave an example of sequencing and finding the best cheese. It could be wine, it could be marijuana, it could be anything that you're trying to sequence to get the best possible solution out there to your customers. And they are doing these sequencing measures in their practices today. So instead of leveraging the expensive GPUs and FPGAs, programmable graphical accelerators, you're able to actually just use the CPU. And we use a special recipe that we've put together to improve that for you, so that you're not spending lots of money and having it sit there and not using it properly. So you'll see that you'll reduce your hardware, your maintenance costs, your power consumption, your cooling sustainability. If you do want to know more about this, feel free to join a webinar that we're hosting again on November 1st, right after Halloween. Ghost Halloween kind of follows some sort of suit there. But basically, our goal is to show you some of the advantages that we have within life sciences. One of our large in Spain, Barcelona, Spain, is a key advocate, and they use Ghost within their tool at, it's so nice. This is their HPC data center supercomputer, but it's really neat, the results that they're getting and how they're able to sequence and finish it in a quicker time than previously not having it. Digital twins. Another key advantage of Lenovo is that the capability, a lot of customers are looking to see exactly how do I improve my business and creating a digital twin, or how do I have to build this all out? A lot of companies are looking to see how can I utilize digital twin technology. So we have like a recipe architecture that we can share with you, and basically you'll see it's using that SR670, the one with the radiator I was telling you about. But all these customers are using it today, and Lenovo is the only tier 1 vendor that has this capability. And we're willing to work with you and CDW to build something for you. We won't leave you hanging high and dry, because basically it's a building block journey. A lot of them have this current OVX NVIDIA Omniverse Enterprise POC, and we'll help grow that for you. And then you can continue to build those building blocks. Of course, there's switches and everything that you add onto it, but you'll see that it can scale as you grow and as your requirements go. Really exciting. I do have a video link I was going to share with a smaller company called Predator Cycle, but if you go ahead and Google or YouTube Predator Cycle Lenovo, you'll see exactly what they did. And it's a cycling company that improved the flow dynamics of their existing bike, so that their customers, and they were able to get it out quicker. So they're leveraging a one Lenovo strategy using our workstations and our OVX platform. Pretty cool. So as I was highlighting, it's digital twins is like based on NVIDIA's Omniverse Enterprise solution. And if you're familiar with Pixar and universal scene descriptors, you're basically leveraging that too. So you'll find that you're able to use 3ds Max and a few different others for the design creators and engineers that collaborate, and you're able to do that rendering within this platform. And what you get out of it, I might send a couple of links so that you can see that. It's pretty fascinating what the future has for digital twin technology and what companies are doing, be it the ones I showed you like Microsoft, Apple, all those guys are using it today. But with the one-stop Lenovo, it's basically you're looking at, be it the glasses, the ThinkStations, or the SR675 or 670. These will all work together for you. And can you imagine putting that into like a pay-as-you-use TrueScale type solution? I might highlight that just quickly as we go into the next couple of slides here. So we're here to have professional services and workshops for you. We want to make sure that you know that we're here along with the ride with you to improve your HPC and AI going forward. You can do these workshops, or we can have it one-on-one. But one thing that Lenovo has right now is called the TrueScale for HPC. And it's the advantage of that is that one Lenovo standpoint where you can actually put everything under the TrueScale umbrella, and basically it's pay as you use, and you can carve it up for the usage that you have. So this OpEx model, I know we're not supposed to say CapEx and OpEx because that's more of a financial speaking, but you'll see the advantages that you have, because sometimes you over provision what you're using in your data center and then you're stuck with it. But if you actually leverage our TrueScale solution, it might be quite advantageous for you going forward. With that said, I just wanted to quickly highlight, I don't think you can hear this video. We can share that off going forward, but I wanted to leave a bit of time. I know that I whipped through these quickly for you, but I wanted to see if there's any questions or anything that the CDW team and myself can help answer going forward. But thank you so much for joining us. You'll see that HPC and AI is here to stay, and some of the cool things that are happening, it's so exciting. Thank you. I'm going to go to the chat because I'm not too sure if Christina is, the sound is not stable. Yeah, any questions, guys? Oh, I see a hand up. Go ahead, come off mute and ask your question. I hear silence. I hope I didn't put you to sleep. Come on.
If anyone has questions, you can also type them in the chat or just come off mute.
I got a question. Is everything you mentioned available now for purchase?
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you.
Was there anything specific that you were looking for? Like what was of key interest?
I really like the liquid cooled, water cooled stuff. That's pretty hype. Because we're always trying to reduce our footprint in data center, reduce power. So that really, really good stuff.
Fantastic. And if you, I don't know where you're located, but if you do need to actually go see something, I know I can't take you to Environment Canada because it's pretty secure, but I can definitely walk with your CDW rep, and we can probably do an intro at another location so you can see the advantages. Sometimes seeing is believing, right? So
yeah, exactly,
feel free to connect with I'm going to say Davis and his team and Clarence's team, and definitely we can see what we can do for you.
Sounds good. Wonderful. Thanks.
Anyone else?
Sorry, one more question for me. That liquid cool stuff, is that available in rack versions of your product as well?
Yep. Yeah, it actually, what the key advantage is, sorry, I'm just whipping back to it because I wanted to share. Oh man, I can do this a
Or
lot
even
easier.
chassis.
Yeah. So what Lenovo does is that you're not going to get like these 40 nodes or 20 nodes or whatever in boxes. We actually take it in our manufacturing plant, or we have one in Monterrey, Mexico, and then Ulo. Basically, what we do is we put it all together, test it for you, and it's all racked. So it ships in the entire rack for you. So when CDW and the team have it when it's shipped to your location, they help connect it all together for you with their services, and then you've got it ready to go. And then if you need any sort of acceptance criteria or anything specific on the workloads that you're using, we're able to do that testing for you too. It does have an additional cost to it, but just let us know what you're looking to do, because our goal is to have it served up, tested, and ready to go. It's shipped in the rack as it is. So I wanted to show that one picture. Hang on, bear with me. Where is it? It actually was being unracked.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, yeah, it is pretty easily done for you, and it's a working relationship with CDW to get that deployed for you.
Great, thank you.
This one. Any other questions while I try and get that slide back up? Can everyone give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the presentation? If you didn't, I promise you I won't hold it against you. But yeah, here's the example of the see how it comes in this you'll see the wood platform here. So it actually is served up. This was actually delivered like this. So it was unracked, and then we have this mechanism where it actually just slides right out for you, and then and it's all done. What our team had done is they actually had to. This was shipped separately, but normally we ship it with it. Now our recommendation is these are 4 CDUs going to 4U CDUs. And really, that's just for this entire rack. You're losing rack space. Our recommendation is to move to the 600 kilowatt or the 1.4 megawatt CDU, because that'll sit in a separate section, and it can actually help with almost, it depends on what you have in the racks, but about 6 to 8 different racks. So you can definitely utilize your 42U or 48U rack in there. But we do prefer to ship it in the rack instead of separate nodes, because of the work and having it deployed a lot quicker than, and also sustainability, all the boxes and everything. You'll see these aren't our boxes. This is someone else's in the background here. But ours is just this one box.
Awesome. That looks wicked.
Yeah, take a snapshot of this, because I think it's really important to see what you can do. The picture here, just to show you, these are all compute nodes. So these are the 40 compute nodes. This is here, the 6U chassis, but we added 10 additional accelerator GPU nodes, and they're sitting side by side in each of these chassis. So there's this isn't the latest picture, but yeah, that would be the rack I would, if you're in the Ontario area, definitely CDW and I can help.
Awesome.
Do it.
Perfect.
Intro.
Thank you.
I know I finished quite early. I do have more slides, but I didn't. I just wanted to open it up to conversations to see if there's anything else that you need. But if there's anything specific that you're looking to accomplish, I would definitely reach out to your CDW rep and Clarence and Davis and Bart on their HPC team, and we'll collaborate together. And their email address again, guys, is HPC Canada.
HPC at cdw.ca.
There you go. Thank you.
HPC at cdw.ca.
Exactly.
Yep, I put it in the chat.
Well, I don't know if there's any other questions. I always love to give back time to anyone I possibly can. But again, our next steps are please reach out, let us know what we can do. Water cooling is here. It's already been proven. Oh, just to highlight that, LRZ and EMEA, they actually were our first water cooled node. I wish I had a picture of it to show you, but they put that in 11 years ago, and they just replaced them. The longevity of a water cooled node will be a lot longer than your current air cooled nodes, by the way. So your ROI will be extremely better. We build them to last long. So LRZ out in yeah, they actually replaced a couple of their old 10-year-old nodes.
I'm still seeing some raised hand. I don't know if it's because it's been forgotten or still I see Tina having raised hand. Any questions there?
Yeah, Tina, come on.
Sorry, that's
No,
funny
I
you
was
say
just
that. For longevity, we have a flex chassis, or sorry, yeah, flex chassis. We had it now for 15 and a half years. We've never turned it off.
There you go. I love the quality.
Yeah.
The only thing is with the flex chat, I love it. We don't have them anymore.
No,
But,
yeah, it's hard to get parts.
yeah, but if you do have a chance, and if you are looking, because I'm not too sure, are you using what Speed Lake, or what box do you have in there?
Oh, well, we have two of them. We had the first Blade Center. I forgot the name of it. And then we also have two Flex chassis and one Blade Center. So the Blade Center is way before the Flex. So I think we had a Blade Center now for 17 years, and it's still running.
Wow, that's pretty great. I wonder how much power it takes if you were to, if you need to do a study to see the power it took 17 years ago to.
Yeah, put it this way, that's the hottest part of the room, right where those
Yeah.
fans are.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm sure.
Yeah, and I think if I'm not mistaken, Carolyn, and I installed the last Flex chassis.
Yes, actually, Davis and Bart and Clarence, they did a fantastic job at a customer and installed one of the last Flex chassis because they were going EOL, so the customer had to buy quite a few of them, and they did a phenomenal job.
Yeah, they're solid. Yeah, for sure. Awesome.
Perfect. So I'm glad you were all able to stay on board. We've got about maybe about 20 of you on here, but again, it is open forum. You've got me for another 16 minutes, and I'd be more than happy to help you out. Just to explain some of our specialists that we have at Lenovo that work with CDW, we've got our AI chief data scientist that he handles worldwide all the AI initiatives and what we're doing and the testing and the benchmarking on GPUs and the nodes. You have the capability to use our center of excellence to do a POC just to see if your applications will run better on a H100 versus an L40S, or if they run better on which certain processors. We're willing to help you out on that part. You can VPN into that with your systems and mins and test it. It's always good to test before you buy to make sure that we tweak that you can tweak your workloads or your requirements as best as you possibly. Do you need more memory per core, or do you need this or whatever? We're able to actually help and hold you in there. So that's our center of excellence. We also have our AI innovators program for any ISVs that we work closely with worldwide, and they help deploy make it easier to deploy your AI initiatives going forward. If it matches good, we'll connect you with that and with CDW to make sure that we have a solution available for you. There's so many things, guys. But yeah, feel free. We also have our HPC and AI team. I'm in Canada. I'm here south of Toronto, and basically my senior architect, he's based out of Vancouver. And then we also have additional HPC and AI colleagues that are specialized in certain areas too, along with CDW to help you out. So if you're going to supercomputing, which is in Colorado, on November 12th to 17th, please look up CDW and Lenovo and visit our booth at Lenovo, and you'll be able to see all the liquid cooled nodes and digital twin architecture and a few other nice little surprises that we have in. So Christina, with that, I think we're good. I don't see any other questions.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much to Carolyn. Fantastic presentation. I think we all learned a lot. And thank you all for attending the webinar. I just wanted to know, I did see one question in the chat about reviewing the presentation later. And I just wanted to let you know that we will be sending over the recording in an email after the webinar, so you can definitely review the information later. And yeah, if that was all, I hope everyone has a great rest of the day. Thank you so much.
Thank you, bye.
Thank you. Great presentation.
Thanks, everyone.
And very, very well laid out and talked about. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Pleasure. Absolute